All right, let's cut to the chase. You're drafting an email, it's professional, you're trying to be polite, and you're about to sign off. You want to add a little something, a touch of gratitude, a simple thank you. But then, the question pops into your head, can you really just say, Roger that, thanks? I mean, Roger that is so military. So formal, yet somehow informal. It's got that clipped, efficient feel, but is it too clipped? Is it going to come across as weird in an email? Are you going to sound like you're barking orders from a cockpit instead of just trying to be nice? Let's be honest, we've all been there. We've all hovered over that send button, wondering if the phrasing we chose is going to land right. We're living in a world of digital communication, where tone is so easily misconstrued. Where a single word, a misplaced comma, can completely change the perception of your message. And Roger that is definitely a phrase that carries baggage. Think about it. Where does it come from? It's radio communication, right? Pilots, soldiers, air traffic controllers. It's a phrase designed for clarity and efficiency in high-pressure situations. It's not exactly known for its warmth and fuzziness. So, you're sitting there, staring at your screen, asking yourself, can I use Roger that in an email? And the answer, as with so many things in the world of communication, is, it depends. Let's break it down. First, we need to understand the context. Who are you emailing? Is it a colleague you've known for years, someone you have a casual, friendly relationship with? Or is it a potential client, a senior manager, someone you're trying to impress? If it's the former, someone you're on good terms with, someone who understands your communication style, then Roger that might just work. It might even be a bit of a quirky, endearing touch. It might show that you're efficient, that you're on top of things. It might even get a chuckle. But if it's the latter, if it's someone you don't know well, someone you need to make a good impression on, then Roger that is a risky move. It could come across as unprofessional, as dismissive, even as rude. It could make you seem like you're not taking the situation seriously. Think of it this way, you wouldn't walk into a formal boardroom meeting and say, Roger that, let's get this show on the road, would you? No, you'd be polite, you'd be respectful, you'd use formal language. The same principle applies to email. And it's not just about the person you're emailing. It's also about the content of the email itself. What are you talking about? Is it a serious matter, a complex project, something that requires careful consideration? Or is it a simple update, a quick request, something that's relatively low stakes? If it's the former, if it's a serious matter, then Roger that is definitely a no-go. It's too flippant, too casual. It doesn't convey the gravity of the situation. But if it's the latter, if it's a simple update, then Roger that might just be acceptable. It might even be a way to show that you're efficient, that you're responsive, that you're not wasting anyone's time. So, we've established that context is key. But let's dig a little deeper. What does Roger that actually mean? It's essentially a confirmation, a way of saying, I understand, I acknowledge, I've received your message. But here's the thing, there are so many other ways to say that. You could say, understood, acknowledged, noted, got it, will do, thank you. All of these options are more professional, more appropriate for a wide range of situations. And let's not forget the power of a simple thank you. It's a classic, it's timeless, it's always appreciated. You can add a little flourish by saying, thank you for your understanding, thank you for your time, thank you for your prompt response. These phrases are polite, they're professional, they're universally understood. They show that you're grateful, that you value the other person's time. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I like Roger that. It's short, it's punchy, it's efficient. And I get that. I understand the appeal of brevity. But here's the thing, in the world of professional communication, sometimes brevity isn't the best policy. Sometimes, you need to take a little extra time to craft your message, to choose your words carefully, to make sure that you're conveying the right tone. And let's be honest, Roger that can come across as a bit abrupt. It can sound like you're cutting the other person off, like you're not really interested in what they have to say. So, instead of saying Roger that, try adding a little something extra. Try saying, understood, thank you, or got it, appreciate the update. These phrases are still relatively short, but they're much more polite, much more professional. And if you're really feeling adventurous, you can even add a personal touch. You could say, understood, and I'll get right on that, or got it, and I'm looking forward to discussing this further. These phrases show that you're not just acknowledging the message, but that you're also engaged, that you're interested, that you're invested. Now, let's talk about the specific context of email. Email is a written medium, which means that it lacks the nuances of face-to-face communication. You can't rely on facial expressions, body language, or tone of voice to convey your meaning. This means that you need to be extra careful with your word choice. You need to make sure that your message is clear, concise, and professional. And Roger that is definitely not the clearest or most professional option. Think about it. If you were having a conversation in person, you wouldn't just say, Roger that, and walk away, would you? No, you'd probably say something like, okay, I understand, or thank you, I'll take care of that. The same principle applies to email. You need to treat it like a conversation, not like a radio transmission. You need to use language that's appropriate for the medium, language that's polite, professional, and clear. And let's not forget the importance of proofreading. Before you hit send, take a moment to review your email. Make sure that there are no typos, no grammatical errors, no awkward phrasing. And while you're at it, take a look at your sign-off. Is it professional? Is it appropriate for the situation? Is it going to leave the right impression? Instead of Roger that, try something like, thank you for your time, best regards, or sincerely. These sign-offs are classic, they're professional, they're always appreciated. So, to sum it all up, can you use Roger that in an email? Technically, yes. But should you? Probably not. It's a risky move that could come across as unprofessional, dismissive, or even rude. Instead, opt for more polite, more professional phrasing. Use phrases like understood, acknowledged, noted, got it, will do, thank you. And don't forget the power of a simple thank you. Remember, communication is key. And in the world of professional communication, clarity, politeness, and professionalism are paramount. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.